The ride of a lifetime.
Breakdance, the city of brotherly love.
Erika Dominic, South Central PA.
Bran-Dan, Greater Pittsburgh, Southwest.
Kevin Goldblum, South Central.
Kirk Kirkpatrick, Northwest Damage Prevention Liaison.
Chas Montgomery, Greater Pittsburgh, Northwest.
Dan Nemanick, Greater Pittsburgh, Northeast.
Brian Parrish, the Lehigh Valley.
Blair Pro, North Central.
Jim Reynolds, the Southeast region.
Aaron Rue, South Central.
Maria White, Northeast.
Welcome to the Bran-Dan Morning Show, where we talk about all things Western home all the time. All right, so we got something in our inbox just this morning. I can't wait to dive into it. Act 127, what's this all about?
Listen, I was just as surprised as you were. I came in Monday morning, first thing, just getting my first cup of coffee. And I open up and see Act 127, which we knew was coming. It's the new one call law. But we got some stuff to talk about, right? So what I did was, I printed it out for you.
Let's see it. Jeez.
I know, it's hefty. And we only got a little bit of time on the show, so let's see what we can cover. I took some notes here. I got some of the highlights. We're hoping to break it down as easy as possible, make it simple as possible. But let's dive in here. So first things first, facility owners. Our lovely facility owners, we got some new stuff for you. So, first thing on here, in ink, in writing now, it is required to document communication between the facility owner and the excavator, which ensures the excavator is aware of a facility owner's inability to locate their lines. And we talk about this a lot, comes up a lot, hardly brand new, but what does it mean, Dan?
All right, so it's really quite simple. This section is all about communicating. We've been saying it for a while. We're like a broken record over here. Guys, let's start communicating. It's required by law, and it is best practice, so let's do it. Use Coordinate PA, share your project notes with everyone. You can share plans. You can use the comments tab to actually send communications to your folks. Listen, this is simple stuff. Refer back to your design phase. You can look at all of this in Coordinate PA. Your plans will be in there. And if subsurface utility engineering was used, you can see those documents, what levels were used. And make sure that as a facility owner, you're communicating with the excavators if something can't be found. We know that happens. People have old records, whatnot. But do your best to find the line and to make sure that communication gets documented whenever there's an issue. Simple as that.
All right, that's it. I mean, it really is just communication. We always talk about it. It's always there. It is critical for the projects. So let's communicate. All right, the other thing on there. Now, this might be a tough one to swallow, but really, again, it's not new. So, facility owners, timely entering a final response to all locate requests. Dan, come on.
So, timely enter a final response to all locate requests. Timely, do it before the due date. Final, you can use those interim responses to communicate additional information, but make sure you always put in your final response. And finally, the last key word I see is all. Every ticket gets a response. Every single one. Period.
And this stuff ain't new. It ain't new. It's written now in a way that it wasn't written before, but it ain't new.
Amen, brother.
All right, listen, next one up here. Now, this is something near and dear to my heart. We know this. I love talking about it. I love teaching it. All about project planning. Our project owners, our designers, engineers. It all starts with these guys. Every time it starts with these guys. And so we know that you already had your own obligations. But now we have something, again, written down here that designers have to do with the project owner. So what it says here. Informing the project owner of the project owner's duties under 515 and 611. So break it down. What are these obligations? Again, already obligations that exist, but what are they? And again, what do designers have to do?
All right, so also in the law now, a designer has to inform the project owner of their duties under sections 515 and 611. 515, we've all heard of the infamous 515. What is it? So pretty much if a facility owner can't locate their lines, the excavator is responsible for using prudent techniques. Our fun definition of prudent is basically using hand digging, soft excavation technology, vacuum excavation, to expose those lines. And this is all going to take time and cost money, which the project owner is going to be on the hook for, according to PennDOT's standards that they have defined and keep updating. Also, the designer has to tell the project owner when they're getting their contract, hey, we need to use SUE. And if a project costs $400,000 or more, it's required, but we really should be using SUE on every project. And here's the kicker. If the SUE process is followed as it's supposed to be, you won't even have to worry about the 515 because you will have found every facility in the design phase. Bam! Feel like Emerald Lagasse up in here.
That's really it. It's something that's so critical to every project, and we always want that conversation to happen. And now it's written down, guys. It's written down. So you must have the conversation, and you must make sure that the project owner knows what they got to do in those situations. And you're right. We want to avoid 515. Let's design right. Let's plan right so we don't have to worry about it when we get to construction. All right, a few more on here. This is kind of SUE. Also SUE stuff on here. So depicting the lines or facilities with the appropriate quality level of SUE on that drawing. So, not something new. Goes back to standard 3822. So ASCE 3822. What does it mean? What are we talking about?
This is easy. Yeah, depict that information from the SUE phase on your drawing. That is the facility feature, the quality level, done. It's that easy.
Mm-hmm. All right, listen. Next one up. I think it's time to break out the magic 8-ball moment of the morning. What do you think? So, let's go ahead and shake up that 8-ball. And I want to ask, is this next clause in the law going to be a flat-out no-brainer? Go ahead, Dan. Give it a shake.
Positively, absolutely, without a doubt, 100%.
I knew it. I knew it had to be. Because this one, guys, is just, I mean, it's in writing, but it doesn't have to be. To not delegate the excavator's duty to submit a locate request to OneCall to any other person. So obviously, I think I know what this means. What does this mean, Dan, for our excavators?
All right, this one is a no-brainer. If you're digging, place the OneCall. It's the law. Use your own ticket. Every excavator is on the hook for their actions while they're digging, and that information is recorded on the ticket. So Don't let a homeowner call for you if you're a landscaper or a fence contractor. That's illegal. Subcontractors, you can't work off of your general contractor's ticket. You've got to have your own. And this rule, it goes back 50 years. So this is not new. Get with the program.
It's been around, like you said, 50 years. I mean, longer than we've been alive. And this hasn't changed. Now, it's in writing now, which is great. I love seeing it right there in black and white. But again, as you said, you're putting a ticket in, just place your own ticket. I mean, that's all it comes down to. All right, and the last one here. So let's end this segment before our commercial break on a high note. I think it's kind of good news. This is an easy one to digest and kind of a win for some people. So we know the PUC. We know the alleged violation report, the AVR process. So now, any information, any request sent to the PUC must be done within 30 days of receiving written requests to do so. So 30 days. How is that different? Why is this good?
This is great. It's leveled the playing field across the board. It's 30 business days. It used to be 10 for project owners and excavators, but now it is 30 across the board, which means you guys have more time to drag your feet on getting these reports together. But make sure you get them in that 30-day window, and you'll be golden. Okay.
All right, listen, that was a great segment. When we come back after commercial, we're going to dive into who's hot, who's not. We're talking about hot trends over the weekend, see what's going on. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. Get your calls in now.
And now it's time for Erika's Insights, the part of the show where Erika lovingly explains the PA 811 law. With every sentence, she makes the law feel less intimidating, gently guiding you with a calm assurance, just as a mystical deer might guide you on a tranquil forest trail. Namaste.
I know. They come out of the gate looking great, and now they just look like a bunch of underperformers. It happens every year, and I'm sick of it. Oh, hey, I'll give you a call back. I gotta go do this liaison thing. Well, we meet again. Outside of an underperforming team, do you know what really gets me going? When an excavator goes and an emergency ticket. Wait, why am I being bleeped? What'd I say? Check the tape. Well, we meet again. Outside of an underperforming favorite team, do you know what really gets me really going? When an excavator goes and misuses an emergency ticket. Are you happy now? Where was I? Oh, so you didn't go and manage your time or plan enough, and now you need to dig to complete your job. Not an emergency. You promised the homeowner, oh hey, I can complete that new fence for you tomorrow. Wrong again. Not an emergency. You know whose time this wastes? The facility owner's time. They have to drop what they're doing to devote their resources to your emergency ticket. This also wastes the 811 customer service representative's time having to take an emergency ticket that really isn't an emergency. All because you didn't act responsible. And remember, damage prevention is everybody's responsibility. But it also can cost you, the excavator, now. Did you know that? Under the new legislation, excavators are required to not provide misrepresentation of an emergency excavation, subject to administrative penalty. Don't waste your time to having to pay these big fines. Use the emergency ticket responsibly, and you won't have any issues. Make sure the tickets you are calling in actually meet the definition of an emergency. But we do get it. Stuff happens out of our control. That's what emergency tickets are actually for. Now, let's clarify what would be an emergency. Pennsylvania 811 does take 4 types of emergency tickets. A damage report, when a facility is damaged during excavation, or when damage is discovered during excavation. Odor of gas, when those in the area of excavation smell an odor of gas. No one-call notice, when a third party not performing the excavation work witnesses excavation work occurring with no physical markings visible at the work site, and potential crossbore. This is when a new utility line unintentionally bored through a sewer pipe. These are often initiated by a plumber or sewer operator planning to clear a clogged drain. So as a gentle reminder, please remember to use the emergency ticket responsibly. Your area facility owners will appreciate it. Your Pennsylvania 811 customer service representatives will appreciate it. And because you didn't get caught misusing it, your pocketbook and budget will appreciate it as well. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I know. And that goaltending situation, we still have to figure that out.
This has been Erika's Insights.
Welcome back to Shovel Showdown. Before the break, Jim was dominating, but there's room for you, Ryan, and possibly you, Dan, to catch up. Our next category is Definitions of Act 127. Each question is worth $100. I'll read the definition, and you guys buzz in when you have the answer. Ready? Let's go. These employees of the Public Utility Commission are tasked with reviewing and investigating alleged violation reports. Dan.
Law wizards.
I'm sorry, what?
Law wizards.
I don't believe that is the correct answer, judges. No, that is not the correct answer. It is not law wizards. Yes, Jim.
Damage prevention investigator.
Correct. And of course, that is the hardworking team at Pennsylvania PUC who handles every AVR in Pennsylvania. Next question. This one's for all you engineers out there. This is the technical plan that shows information about existing and proposed underground facilities. Ryan.
Is it a drawing?
Yes, it is. The drawing is a critical piece of the design process. This not only depicts all the facility information, but also quality level of the subsurface utility engineering at which it was found. All this information is gold to the excavator when it comes time for construction. Our next question is up. This is a family of construction techniques for installing or rehabilitating underground infrastructure with minimal disruption to surface traffic, businesses, and residents. Yes, Jim.
I got it. Horizontal directional drilling.
Ooh, so close. It's not HDD. Ryan.
Trenchless technology.
You know what? That's a bingo. Jim, HDD is certainly an aspect of trenchless technology, but we need the full comprehensive term. This could also include molding and pipe bursting. Real nice. All right. This next question takes us back to the basics. Let's see it. What is the sudden or unforeseen occurrence involving a clear and immediate danger to life, property, or the environment, including, but not limited to, serious breaks or defects in a facility owner's lines? Dan.
Hey, Regis, can I phone a friend?
What an absolute compliment. But my name isn't Regis. And no, you can't phone a friend. Also, you lose $100. Jim.
Is it emergency?
Show me emergency. It's up there. And for all you eagle-eyed viewers out there, you'll notice the classic definition of emergency has a slight change to it. Instead of and, it's changed to or when detailing the specific occurrence. You smell that? That sounds means it's time for the final countdown. During this round, question with multiple answers will be displayed. And contestants will have 10 seconds to list as many possible answers as they can. Got that? Each answer is worth 200 smackaroos. Contestants, are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
10 seconds on the clock, please. Here's the question. Name, types of excavation work. All right, Jim, you're leading. Let's see what you came up with. You have anchoring, augering, backfilling, boring, dredging, trenching, and tunneling. Nice work. That'll be an extra $1,400 to you, sir. Ride, you're next. What'd you get? Ditching, drilling, driving in, grading, plowing in, pulling in, ripping, scraping. That'll give you a cool $1,600. And Dan, what about you? You wrote down blasting, digging. Not bad. Let's give my man Dan $400. Well, Dan, you hung in there as long as you could. Didn't quite make the grade. Did you have a good time, and did you learn anything?
Yes, it was a great experience. Thanks for having me.
Very good. Thank you for playing. Ryan, you made it a close game. I'll say that. Just came a little short, though, in securing that #1 spot. That's all right. Get him next time. Jim, our champion, the crown victor. It's a real runaway. And boy, you really know your one-call law. You even included dredging on the list, which is a newly listed type of excavation in the law. Really nice work. Really nice.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap for us here. I want to thank our players and everybody at home for watching. Tune in next week for another exciting edition of Shovel Showdown!
Hello, I'm Blair Pro. Will you be an angel for a damage prevention liaison? During this episode of Liaison Library, you learned about many changes to our law. However, we weren't able to cover everything, and there still may be some questions that you may have regarding the law. In addition, much of it isn't changing. Excavators still need to place excavation tickets, and facility owners still need to respond to each and every one of those notifications. That's where your local damage prevention liaison comes in. We are ready and waiting to help you with any and all of your 811 questions. Do you have new people on your staff who need education? Are you looking to brush up on some of your online applications such as Coordinate PA or online ticket management? We want to hear from you. We want to work. We want to help. If only you would just make that call. It doesn't matter if you live in a big city or if you're out in the middle of nowhere, a liaison is going to show up with a smile on their face, ready and willing to assist you with any of your questions that you may have. Are you experiencing budget cuts and believe that you can't afford Pennsylvania one-call trainings? Don't worry, the liaisons train for free. If you visit www.pa1call.org within the next 30 minutes and sign up for an educational program, you're going to receive this limited edition shirt and hat as our thank you gift to you. Please, call us today. Say hello. Put us to work. Right now, there's a liaison who really needs you. Your call says that you're here to help.
Just talk.
Yeah.
I
I actually had a call here a minute ago.
Yes, Jim.
Horizontal directional drill.
Do like a wide. And I'll honk your horn dramatically.
I see a few key weird. Start that over. Scratch it. Okay.